Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And for a few minutes, I just want to talk a little bit about tonight's Monday Night Football matchup, the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. Of course, we know that this game is going to be in the Superdome. This is the very last home game of the season for the New Orleans Saints until the postseason. And I know a lot of people in the Who That Nation are really excited to see the black and gold on prime time. But I do want to talk a little bit about this game. I want to touch on a few things that I didn't touch on last night. If you haven't, check out the live stream, that I did last night talking about the New Orleans Saints. We talked a little bit longer than usual, man. We went an extra 30 to 45 minutes just breaking down the Saints and some of the things that we look forward to in the future. Of course, we know that, Kiko Alonso isn't playing, Von Bell isn't playing in this game, but A.J. Klein will be playing in this game. Also, Teron Armstead and Cam Jordan, Drew Brees, guys that showed up on the injury list last week, they will be playing in this game. This game right here does have playoff implications. To answer a lot of people in the Who That Nation's questions, no, the Saints will not move any spots if they win this game. They still will remain at the 3 spot. The Saints need some help when it comes to positioning and possibly getting a first round bye or home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Number one, they need the Green Bay Packers to lose one of their last 2 games. The Green Bay Packers have to play the Minnesota Vikings, who have been playing really well, and a Detroit Lions team that's probably all ready to pack their bags to go home. And they also need the Seattle Seahawks to win out. They need the Seattle Seahawks to win the last 2 games. The Seattle Seahawks have to take on the Arizona Cardinals, and they also have to take on the San Francisco 49ers one more time. So if these teams can do those things, then the New Orleans Saints could get a possible first-round bye or even home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But it all starts tonight. None of that stuff could happen if they don't win tonight. And this is going to be a very desperate Indianapolis Colts team coming into the Superdome because they're fighting for their playoff life. If they lose this game, they're completely out of playoff contention. They cannot make the playoffs. And basically, it's just a 2-man race between the Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers to get that final spot. So they're going to be throwing everything that they can at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have to be prepared for this game. The Saints coming off a very heartbreaking loss last week. But the good news is they put up 46 points. And it's very rare that you lose a game putting up 46 points. So if the offense can generate that type of success they had last week against the number 1 ranked defense, I think the New Orleans Saints will be okay. The Indianapolis Colts isn't a team to sneeze at. I understand that, they don't have like all the star power that some of these other teams possess that go up against the Saints each and every week. But at the same time, they got a really good football team and they got a really good head coach. I don't think it's a coincidence that the Philadelphia Eagles are struggling once Frank Wright became the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, this guy is a good football mind. He's a good football coach. And the Indianapolis Colts lucked up and actually got this guy, even though he wasn't their number 1 guy. He's really coaching these guys and really coaching these young guys up and having them believe that they can be successful. But all in all, once again, I got the Saints winning this game 31-17. I think the Saints need to come out throwing the ball, just to start the game because the rush defense of the Indianapolis Colts is really, really good. And I think that once, you start throwing the ball a little bit, then you can kind of establish the run. I don't think they need to shy away from the run, but I think you really do need to approach this team passing the ball because they're ranked middle of the pack when it comes to, their secondary. So I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think about this game. Who do you think is going to win this game? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been a State of the Saints podcast. Check out the State of the Saints podcast. Subscribe to the channel. YouTube.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. And Facebook.com, search State of the Saints podcast. Till next time, all I got to say is, who that?